Hello and welcome to a live stream Tuesday. It's Phil here. Obviously, if you're subscribed then you'll know me from doing my videos that people suggest and I just kind of watch them. But hello and welcome to this live stream. So I'm live as we speak. I'm going to start the show tonight with a cover song that I did a few months ago. This one was pretty cool. This was Don't Stop Believing by Journey. And Neil Schon, the guitarist from Journey, messaged me about it because he liked it and followed me on Twitter, and we had a chat and it was very cool. So I hope you guys like this as well. This is my cover of Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Rock!
Small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night.
Thanks so much for watching my cover of Don't Stop Believing by Journey. The names you can see here are my patrons. Hi patrons, thanks so much for your support and for making videos like this possible. if you want to get involved yourself, and if you want to talk to me and maybe suggest some other songs that I can cover, head to this website down here, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And if I don't see you on Patreon, I'll see you at the next video. Have a great day. Rock. So that was my cover of Don't Stop Believing by Journey. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question, anybody that's watching. I'm going to play either More Than Words. I did a cover of More Than Words by Extreme, and you get an acoustic selection tonight. So I also did To Be With You by Mr. Big. So if you're watching this and you want to comment and let me know which one of those two tracks you'd like to see, that's just a cover that I've done before. At the end of my cover videos, I also have my patrons, and they're the people that really kind of support me over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. So thank you so much for that, guys. I'm currently working towards trying to do a covers album. That's my goal over on Patreon. So head over to Patreon if you want to get involved with that. That's the site down there. But yes, so More Than Words or To Be With You, that's what I'm going to be asking you guys out there tonight. I'm now going to have a little look over just at the monitor here just to see what's happening with the comments. And we've got Heather, who was just over on Facebook as well, and Neil as well. So hi guys, thanks for coming over to YouTube. We've got Sai Brunel says, your voice works well for this song, nice job. So thanks for that, much appreciated. Any kind of comments that is positive for my singing. I'm not a natural singer, but I do practice quite a lot at it, so thank you for any nice comments that I've had over on YouTube in the last kind of few weeks. I seem to have got a few more subscribers since kind of doing these little videos of looking at other performances and things, so yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks. But I'm going to have a little look over here because More Than Words just got a vote from Adrian, so thanks for that, Adrian. And unless anyone else is really quick at giving another suggestion, it's either going to be To Be With You or More Than Words, and it looks like More Than Words is going to win due to Adrian's vote. So I'm going to play this now, or I might do the riff of the week now, just to give other people a little bit of a shot to see if they want to hear To Be With You. But More Than Words is winning at the moment. The riff of the week, this comes out every Sunday. I'm just going to play it now, and you guys probably know what it is, and if you've already got it on YouTube, then well done. But if you haven't yet, then comment on this video and we can see if you can get riff of the week. Here it is. That was the riff of the week, and I think you probably know what that is. Yeah, and you can just check it out on YouTube, but everyone here, I think we've got quite a knowledgeable audience here over on YouTube, so you guys will probably get that in about 2 seconds. I'm just going to have a little look over here because I think we had 2 more votes for... Oh, we got a couple for Mr. Big and a couple for More Than Words, so it's just kicking off now. Right, so the next person to say either More Than Words or To Be With You is going to make it... And I'm still waiting for a comment. Everyone's saying, so yeah, Heartbreaker, that is the correct answer to the riff of the week. And as I said, you guys are going to kind of get it in 2 seconds. And Vincent just said More Than Words. So that is a score of 3-2. So this is my cover of More Than Words. I hope you guys like it. And if you wanted To Be With You, unfortunately you've been outvoted, but maybe we can do that next week. But this is More Than Words. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hi guys, this is my first proper video of 2017 and it's my cover of More Than Words by Extreme, and I hope you like it. Rock!
want you not to say, but if you only knew how easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you could make things new just by saying I love you. More than words, now that I've tried to talk to you and make you understand, all you have to do is close your eyes and just reach out your hands and touch me. Hold me close, don't ever let me go. More than words is all I ever needed you to show. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you could make things new just by saying I love you.
So that was my cover of More Than Words by Extreme, of course. So thanks for watching that, and I hope you guys liked it. I'm just going to have a little look over here to see what's been going on with the comments. And John B says, great singing, so thanks for that, John, much appreciated. I just said earlier that, yeah, I have to kind of do all my practice on singing, because guitar I find a lot easier because I've been playing that for 23 years, but the singing part I've only been doing for about 6. So yeah, I have to kind of work a bit at that, but it kind of makes it worthwhile when people think that I can sing or kind of do a half decent job. So thanks for the compliment, it's much appreciated. And Henry says, nice harmonies. Thanks, Henry. Thanks for tuning in. We've got the comments now kind of are moving down, but Becky Stensland said, nice to hear and chill out after a crazy epic day. And John B says, yes, nice to listen, and now it's disappeared. But thank you guys for tuning in and for commenting. Cy Brunel says, did you get my MTV Unplugged reference? I think that was that the Jack Black comment? I kind of might have seen that kind of going up. But yeah, I've seen if it was that, I'm not sure if that's the right comment or not, but if it was that, then yeah, I've seen the Jack Black version with his long hair. I actually thought it was quite good. but yeah, obviously it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but probably better than most people would actually do it. But so yeah, it's really quite impressive, even though it's a little bit of a laugh. But yeah, I have seen Jack Black's kind of version. Mark says salutations from Utah across the pond. So hi Mark, thanks for tuning in. Let's have a little look. John says, I'm not a fan of Extreme, but you're a cool dude and you got skills, so I'll always listen to anything you do. Thanks John. Again, a big compliment, thanks for that. And Melinda Fast says, it's me, name change. Aha. So hello Melinda. She was over on Facebook, but it's now changed her name, so she's in disguise over on YouTube. So John B says, how highly do you rate Nuno's guitar playing? Probably really, really high. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff live, so yeah, probably kind of right up there. I've been to see Extreme, so it's a little bit I'm a little bit biased. I'm always going to say that he's amazing, but yeah, I've been to see them live, so yeah, it's kind of really impressive. There's a lot of guitarists. Actually, the other option tonight was going to be To Be With You, with Paul Gilbert, obviously guitarist for Mr. Big, and a lot of guitarists who are really technically amazing, when they're in a successful band, they just play really whatever the song requires, so they don't kind of shred all over it. And To Be With You by Mr. Big, really good example. That was a massive hit for them, but yeah, there was no shredding all over it. It's just a nice acoustic solo that was played in the solo section. So yeah, it's one of those things that some of these players are actually amazingly good, but their hits don't really show off all of what they're capable of. So yeah, but that's kind of part of being a great musician, is these guys that play the solo for the song rather than not caring about the song and just having it all about the solo. So yeah, there's certainly some impressive stuff that I've seen live. But anyway, let's have a little look over here. Let's have a little look down. Yeah, fortunately, it says Nuno was pissed at the singer for singing the harmonies wrong. Fortunately, when I'm singing with myself, fortunately, I've got no one to be angry at if I do it wrong. But I try and make sure I'm kind of as close as possible. Tuning wise, I have been playing guitar for a long time, so I think my ears are attuned to kind of what's sharp and what's flat, and I try and keep it as accurate as possible. So yeah, hopefully it's okay, and then I didn't kind of murder the song. But let's have a little look. How do you rate David Gilmour as a guitar player? Again, David's one of those players who's got his own style, his own sound. And I think any player that gets their own sound, that's what everyone's aiming for. It's a really difficult thing to do. So yeah, again, I'm going to rate David Gilmour kind of pretty high up there, just because when he's playing, you can tell that it's him. And there's lots of guitarists that don't actually ever get to that point of having their own style and their own sound. So yeah, that's what I think on David. I'll have to do a video or an analysis video of him at some point, because I'm working through the videos that are suggested, but I'll maybe have a little look into David. That'll be cool as well. And Mark says, can you do a Robin Trout video? Yes, anything that's suggested, I kind of put it on the list. I get suggestions all the time now on YouTube, so yeah, it's quite a long list, but I'm going to work my way through them and make sure that I kind of get round to everyone that is suggested. Let's have a little look here. How about Ali John Roth? Yes, Gibson Les Paul. That's a very interesting name. Thanks for the suggestion. Or I think some of these guitar players that I haven't focused on, I'm going to have to focus on and do an analysis video on, because there's so many different guitarists to say, who do you think of this guitarist, or what do you think of this guitarist, and who's this guitarist, have you heard of this guitarist, and all that kind of stuff. So what I do like to do is look back to guitarists that have been and kind of laid the path for all the guitarists that are around now. I mean, there's not a great deal of, like, back in the 80s, there were so many kind of great guitarists, but at the moment there's there's lots of great guitarists, but in terms of having a wave of great players, it kind of seemed to happen in the 80s, but not so much in the current kind of climate. But I like to look back at all those guitarists that laid the foundations for everybody else's learning. And from me, for example, learning to play the guitar and listening to Van Halen and Red Beach, and all those other players, and Brian May from Queen. There's so many kind of great big names that really, Gary Moore as well, Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's so many kind of amazing players from that kind of period. But yeah, I really like to look back and see videos maybe that I might not have seen before, of like awesome performances that I've missed. But anyway, let's have a little look around here. John B says Alan Murphy was a great player in the 80s prior to his untimely death. Again, another great player, and Stevie Ray Vaughan again was like one of those players that he just went too soon. It's I think he was younger than me when he died, so because he was 35. So yeah, real shame. Like a massive loss for these great players that just get, unfortunately, just their life cut short. So it's a bit of a real shame for the music industry, but fortunately we've got recordings and videos so we can still see what they're all about and what they actually brought to music. John B says Gary Moore, an unbelievable player. Again, yes, I totally agree with this. One of my influences growing up. And yes, it's one of those things that, yeah, it's... we've got the recordings of these great players, which is we should be thankful for. Imagine if we didn't have anything to look at. So then, as much as you might say to someone, "Oh my God, you won't believe this player that I saw at a gig," they'll never know what the person was like. And that's one of the advantages of YouTube and having the digital age, of being able to check out players that you may never have heard of that actually were amazingly good. But yes, it's all a massive kind of debate. I'm going to make sure that I don't want this video to go on for too long, because I want to try and get out another analysis video tonight as well. It's 10 to 1 in the morning here, so I'm just outside London in the UK, so it's getting a little bit late here, so I'm probably going to call an end to this pretty soon. Just because I want to do another analysis video and get that one up there, just so people have got an option. If they see this live stream, then great, but if they don't see this, then at least there's a kind of a 5-minute video that they can watch as well. But yes, I shall have to... let me just look down here. Henry Noel said, "Yo, check out Andre Serbi, who's 15, but he's a serious rock god already, like Gary Moore, Santana, but he can play anything. Check out his channel on YouTube." Yeah, I know Andre because he's worked with a drummer called Cena, and I did a cover with Cena a few months ago, so Andre and I kind of met up on there. I haven't done anything with him yet, but maybe in the future the door's open there for us to kind of work together on a collaboration or something. But he's kind of messaged me through YouTube, so maybe in the future we can join up and do something together, because I know certainly people on the video that we did, that I did with Cena, check out Cena Drums on YouTube as well, and you will probably be able to find my cover that I did with her, but we'll be able to find Andre on there as well. He's done lots of covers with Cena too. But maybe at some time we can actually get together and put our axes together and maybe come up with a cover tune ourselves. But yes, I shall not go on for too long here. I mean, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching. It's much appreciated. I do this over on Facebook as well, but Facebook's just turning out to be a bit of a pain in the ass, because it's really limiting the audience down to like 150 people out of 13,500, whereas at least on YouTube here I get to connect with quite a few people, and you can watch it without me having to pay, because I don't do this full time. I teach guitar, and then once I finish work I then come back and try and do my rehearsals, kind of singing and guitar, and then I try and do a video every night as well, and tonight I'm going to try and do a video after this, so that's why I don't want it to go on for too long. But let's have a little look over here. John says, "I forgot you're in the UK, I just got off work in New York City." So yes, I think I'm ahead of you guys, so I don't know how many hours. I don't know how many hours I'm ahead of New York, but it's pretty late here. But I just do it late so that I can connect with a few people that I might not be able to connect with normally. So over in the United States, hopefully this is a decent time for you guys to actually be watching as well. But yes, I hope you guys like the cover videos. I'm probably going to try and get a bit more original stuff on here. I just wanted to actually have a look. I do these videos every night about, people ask me to do a video of analysing something, like a video of a performance, a live performance, and then I do that, and I do those every night here on YouTube. And some people are really great and, you know, give me compliments and stuff, and thank you to everyone who's watched. But I had one comment today that is actually, I want to kind of just read it out because I just found it entertaining. This guy called Gabriel P said, you have some nerve to define yourself as musician. I've been listening to your stuff. You are at a very basic level, yet I can't believe you are a guitar teacher. I'm a music teacher as well. And then a kind of funny smiley face. And I thought, well, the thing is, first of all, he's treating music as a competition or getting to levels of guitar playing. Guitar playing isn't like a computer game where you do one technique and then you tick it and say, right, now I'm at level 3 or level 4 or level 5. You'll find that the best guitar players in the world and the old school guitar players, hardly any of them shredded for like 2 minutes. Actually, I'd say like 1% of them shredded just constantly. It was all about the feel of what they were playing and how they constructed their solos. And Stevie Ray Vaughan is a classic example of this. I mean, he could shred as good as anyone, but he didn't, because he knew that that's not what music's about. It's about connecting and emoting something. So yeah, so this guy's comment, if he does teach guitar, I thought he's focusing on the totally wrong thing. It's like, you don't do levels at guitar. You do styles and you do interpretations. And yeah, it's one of those things, if you do play guitar, you'll know that anyone can play fast. You can just sit down and learn the same lick and just gradually speed it up with a metronome, and you know, yeah, it might take 6 or 7 or 8 months to get it kind of super fast, but anyone can do that, whereas not everyone can play with emotion and have their own sound. And you know, like Gary Moore, for example, you know, playing the blues, you know, there's something deeper there. So yeah, this comment kind of really made me think that, yeah, this guy doesn't really know really what guitar's all about, or at least my view of guitar. And then also saying that I've got a nerve to call myself a musician. I actually found out that Google refer to me as a musician, and like I said, I don't do this full time. I teach guitar. I'm a guitar teacher, and then I try and do as much music as I can around that. I love to do this full time, but at the moment I'm working at trying to get funds to do a covers album on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. I've just put that on the screen now. That's the site where I'm trying to work towards doing a covers album. I've kind of got a target amount, and that's where, you know, people support me and make this kind of thing possible. And everything you see here was from Patreon. I could buy a camera, I could buy this software. So yeah, this is all due to Patreon, really. So a massive shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys for supporting me. But yes, so calling myself a musician, fortunately Google kind of for some reason decided that I was a musician. So I'm just going on what they say, even though I don't do it full time. The other thing is that this guy, what is his name? Gabriel P. I said to him, because he said that my music's at a really basic level and my playing's really basic as well, that I said, well, I'll check out your channel just to see, you know, because he might be like amazing vocalist and player. And I went over to his channel, and he's got no videos and no subscribers. And it seems like people on YouTube, they like to go to channels who are getting a little bit of attention and just kind of rubbish their channel and, you know, maybe call them names or whatever, but then you check out their channel and they're not actually doing anything. So I would hazard a guess that I'm much more of a musician than this person is, because at least I've done an album and I've recorded and I've done 25 cover videos. I do a new cover every month. I've played, in front of 10,000 people in an arena. I've been voted the third best unsigned band in the UK. I've been in bands since I was 19. So I've been around quite a bit, and I've been teaching professionally for 13 years and playing for 23 years. So, I've done a fair amount, and I think hopefully that means that I've got a little bit of a backing of knowing what I'm talking about, kind of guitar wise and kind of music industry wise, because I've been in it for quite a while. People don't realize that I'm kind of 35, so I've been around for quite a bit. But the good thing is that I'm getting attention on the channel, which is the main thing, and getting more subscribers and awesome people like you guys who are actually watching this now. So anyway, I'm just going to have a quick look before I leave for the night. But keep looking out on YouTube, because I'll sit down and just look through my list and find another video that was suggested and have a little comment on that and release that in maybe about half an hour's time. But I'm just going to have a little look over here, and Becky says, forget the naysayers, you're great, keep it up. Thanks, Becky, that's much appreciated. And Todd says he's trolling. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that whenever I click on somebody who might be saying this, fortunately everyone's really positive on YouTube. It's just kind of maybe 1 or 2 comments a day out of maybe 100 comments that are a little bit negative, but I think they just kind of want the attention maybe. And what they don't realize is that every time they comment, they actually make my video more suggestible to other people. So by watching it and then commenting, they're actually increasing my reach to other people. So it's not all bad in a way, But yes, I'll just have a little look over here. John says, I agree. Todd Green. Melinda says, Skid Row, ? And I haven't done a video on Skid Row yet, but I'm sure I'm going to get Guns N' Roses and Skid Row and kind of all the kind of big 80s bands. I've just basically been working through the suggestions as they've been coming in, but I'm sure that I'm going to be getting to those big stadium bands soon. And Henry says, if you make music, you're a musician, technically. Dylan's a musician despite being a bad vocalist and guitarist. I think that anyone can be a musician. It's something that outside of your work, obviously everyone's got to work to make money to survive, but then the rest of your time, whatever you spend doing, if you are a musician, then you just spend your time doing music. That's kind of, just the way of it. And I think a lot of people who have never professionally done music or kind of been called a musician, some of those people are the best musicians you can meet, who've just been doing it their whole life and never got a break. But an amazing amateur musicians, and some of those, actually, it's a debatable topic, but a lot of musicians who do get a break can be shown up by people that are just journeymen and have just been living music their whole life. And you can see someone just at a gig or just busking who are amazing. And then you can see somebody else who's on the massive stage and got loads of financial backing, and they're just a bit average. So it's just the way the world works, unfortunately. Most of the time you can find some really great musicians out there who are doing it just in their spare time. But anyway, let's have a little look down here. I'm just going to have a quick look. Cy Brunel says, all the expert critics never post vids. This is the thing, that because he said that he's a teacher as well, this guy that commented, I expected at least to have some covers, like guitar covers and stuff on his channel, but he hasn't got anything on there. And I've at least got a Van Halen cover of Eruption. If you want to check that out, that's on my channel. So just type in Wings of Pegasus Eruption cover or something like that, and you'll be able to find it. Because I think that to get that close and to get the same notes and to get it to sound like Van Halen gets it to sound is actually technically quite difficult. It's not kind of super fast, but it's fast enough for you to have to know what you're doing on the guitar to be able to replicate it. So yeah, I'd like to kind of have cover on there so people can see. I mean, Van Halen was one of my influences when I was learning to play anyway, so I spent a fair amount of time tapping on that fretboard. But yeah, these people that say, oh yeah, you can't play, you're not very good, yeah, you go onto their channel and there's nothing of them playing, and they haven't even recorded a song. So yeah, it's one of those things people like to, I suppose, spend their time just looking for videos to have a go at. But fortunately, if people like what I do, if there's just a few people that like what I do, I'm going to keep on doing it. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's much appreciated. I'm going to just probably call this to an end, just because I want to do another video on YouTube tonight and release it. But make sure that, I think these comments in the chat, I can't see them after the video ends. So please comment on the video after it's finished. And if there's any suggestions for videos, let me know. And as I said, I can put them on the list and I can work my way through them, because there's some big bands that I haven't covered yet. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It's much appreciated. And these numbers are starting to go up now on YouTube, so I'm going to be spending a lot more time here doing a video every night, and I'm always going to be live on YouTube on a Tuesday night. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to be here next week as well. Just a quick look over here, just to finish with. John says, I love the analysis video. Thanks very much. Appreciate the covers too. Keep it up. But it's 1 in the morning, dude. Get some sleep. Cheers. Thanks. Yeah, it is a bit late here, but my bedtime is normally around 5. So 5 a.m. I kind of get in to bed, and then I'm up teaching, and then do it all again the next day. But I think you've got to be willing to put in the hours to kind of get somewhere. So that's what I do. So I'll do another video tonight after this. I'll edit that together, stick it out tonight, maybe in half an hour, and then do a bit of practice, and then maybe get back to sleep after that. But I have to make sure that I keep practicing, because I'm not kind of the best at singing. I have to keep doing it every day to make sure my voice box remembers where the notes are. So yeah, it's certainly an interesting thing to try and keep your singing up to par all the time, but that's what I'm endeavouring to do, and guitar's a little bit easier. So I do a little bit of guitar at night as well. But anyway, I don't want to blabber on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be here live again Tuesday, the same time. I think I come on at about 12:30. But thank you guys so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. Check me out on Patreon if you get a chance. I'm just going to throw that up again, because that's kind of my whole aim, is to be able to do music full time. So head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus and check out that site. It's kind of like a crowdfunding thing. It's a little bit different, but yeah, I'm working towards doing a covers album. That's my little goal that I've got on there. So head over there if you get a chance. But thanks guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys either at the next video that I do, because I try and reply to all the comments, or I will see you next week here live on YouTube. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Rock!